Hi everyone. So for tonight's card, I'm going to make a twisted easel card, and I've got everything that I've used to cut this out in front of me. Everything I'm working with is from Sentimentally Yours. So I've cut out some floaty fronds, and I've cut those out in a silver and a black. I've also cut out the Floral Finery Practically Perfect, which is the beautiful debossed floral. Just pop those to one side. I am going to be doing some stamping with the Superfine Crackled stamp, and this is an A5 rubber stamp, so we will be using that in a while. I just go through the paper packs with you. So I've taken one piece of patterned paper from two different color schemes, and the first one I've taken from the Trez Chick, so this is going to be the darker one of the two, and the second one I've taken from the Trez Classic. So I've taken the same designs, but one is dark and one is cream. So that's the paper pads that we'll be using. I've also cut myself out a couple of elements, a couple of tags and a sentiment from the embellishments. And I've used some silver mirror card. So this is where we are with this at the moment. I've got my 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 card blank, and I've just scored that down the middle. I've cut myself another 2 pieces of the same cardstock, and these measure 5.5 by 5.5 square. I've cut 2 pieces of mirror card, which is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 square, and my 2 pieces of pattern paper, which is 5 by 5. So here's the embellishment that I cut out with the birthday wishes, and I'm going to back that onto a piece of mirror card which I've cut out. And I've got 2 tags. So the first tag is the size that it came, and the second tag I've just cut this down slightly smaller, and I'm going to back those onto some mirror card as well. And I've also already backed a strip of the darker cardstock onto a piece of mirror. Now this piece of strip measures 1 inch by 5 3/4. So all we're going to do for this tonight is put this together. Now the first thing I want to do is glue all these elements together. I'm just going to take my pokey tool and I'm going to pierce a hole in the tops of these tags. There's that one and that one. And then if I line these up and just with the pokey tool poke a hole in that one as well. So if I take in my glue, now when gluing onto mirror card, I wouldn't put your glue right up to the edge because it does tend to seep out of the sides. So a nice bit of glue, and we're just going to pop down our birthday wishes, get that where we want it, turn that over and give that a nice press. We're going to do exactly the same with the tags. And it's very rare that I actually make cards with paper packs, but I just thought it would be something different, just to show you how easy it is to make a twisted easel card. And the other thing is I think as crafters we're quite scared of using black. We tend to use black just for outlining our mats and layers, whereas I think black can look absolutely stunning. Now the next thing I want to do, which if I'm honest I should have done before I matted them, but that's not going to be a problem. I'm going to take in my superfine crackled stamp and I'm going to ink this up with the VersaFine Onyx Black. Now I don't need to do it all, and I'm just going to use the stamp without mounting it onto a block, and I'm just going to press this over my image. So now we've ended up with this really pretty crackle effect. I'm going to do exactly the same with the small one and just get that down, and then we've got the same going on with the small ones. I'm just going to pop those to one side to dry. Now with what is left on the stamp, I'm just going to pop a few bits of crackle just in various places onto my birthday wishes. So that's changed the look of that as well. Just going to give my stamp a little clean off, and then we can pop that straight back. There we go. So while those are all drying, we can put our floral together. So I've got two florals, and what I thought I would do with these is alternate them. So I've got a large black one, a large silver one, the black one, silver, black, silver. There we go. So there's the two florals. All I'm going to do with these is I'm going to take in my bone folder, and because these have got the really beautiful debossing on them, I don't want to run my bone folder all over because it will squash the debossing. And taking my ball tool, I'm just going to poke the middle of that one. Now can you see on the Miri card that beautiful debossing? So again, just very gently going to give that a bit of a twist. And press that one in the middle. Now I can glue this one alternating the leaves, and just glue this one and give that a press down. So again, just very gently turning these, and we'll do the same with this really dinky one. And give those a press down. So add a bit of glue to the back of that one, and alternating this again. Just going to give that a press and hold for a couple of seconds, and then again. So this time we're starting with the silver one. We're just going to give that a little bend, press that one down in the middle. I'm going to do the same with the next layer, the black one. And we can now glue this one on. I think when you're gluing onto Miri card, with the glue, less is more. So just use a tiny bit. And then a very tiny one. I'll give that one a press down. I'm just going to leave those florals to one side, but if I bring them up and show you how beautiful the silver ones show up the debossing. I'm just going to leave them there for a second. Then I'm going to take in the base of my card, and I've chosen cream cardstock. The first thing I'm going to do is map my mirror card onto one of my layers. So a nice bit of glue all around the edges and in the middle. Get that nicely lined up, top, bottom, and down the sides. Turn that over and give that a really nice press down. That's the first one. And then if we do the same with the second one. And again, actually, even though you cut things square, you'll always find they look better one way than the other, which really doesn't make sense. And that's that. I'm going to take in a tiny bit of kitchen roll, and I'm just going to give that a buff up and a press down on the back. And I'm going to give this one a tiny buff up as well. So there's our two matte layers done. Now I'm going to put these on with double-sided tape all around. And the same as what we do with the double-sided foam, just run a piece down the middle and give those a nice burnish. So I might as well do the other one and give those a nice press down. And now we need to decide which one we want for the base and which one we want for the piece of the easel that stands up. I'm just going to trim that off there, a bit too long. And I thought I would have this as the easel and this as the base. Is line this out, top, sides and the bottom. I'm going to take in my card blank, and I'm going to take in my scoreboard, and if you open up the card towards you as it would be ordinarily, from this corner to this corner I want to do a score line. The easiest way to do that is to pop your scoring tool into the groove that you want to use. You can choose any groove. I've chose number 4, and I'm going to line up that bottom one and that top one, and I'm just going to score a line from corner to corner. And I'm going to fold this in, and I'm going to give that a really nice burnish, so that now when we close our card it's like this, and when we open it it's like so. So we can pop that to one side. Let's just take these tapes off a minute. I think I had a bit of a blonde moment then. I thought I'd gone wrong. What happens to the best of us? So just taking off those tapes. And again, line this up. So there's that one. I think we'll have the dark one on the base of the card. So again, I'm just going to glue this down. I'm not using any foam tape for this card. I think it's got enough going on without having lots of height. Making sure we got our roses the right way up. Exactly where I want this one to go. Tiny border. That's that one down. And then when we lift this up, you will see part of the base. Now this top one is going to sit like so. So I know I only need to put glue on this half of the card. So if we just pop a nice bit of glue all over this area and in the middle. Easel, take in your topper, making sure you've got it the right way around, and we're going to glue this way. Give that a nice press down. There we go. So, but when you open this up now, your roses are the right way up, like so. So if we now turn our card so that the top is facing us, we know if we work on this now, we now know that if we turn this up, it's going to be facing the right way. So the first thing I wanted to do was pop my border. So again, I'm going to glue this down. And I'm going to line this up. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to line this up with the bottom of the card and just get that where I want that to go. And give that a nice press down, like so. So that's our border. I'm going to take in my tags and I'm going to use some twine. Give that a little push with my tweezers. Pull that through the other side. And then just pop that one through and give it a pull. And then cut one slightly longer than the other one. So if we do exactly the same with this one, and then with this one, I think I'll have this side longer than this side. So there's our tags, and I'm going to put these on with glue gel. So a nice blob of glue gel, the top, in the middle, and in the bottom two corners. And I think, keep checking I've got this the right way around. I think I'm going to have this there, and then this next one's going to go next to it. Some bigger blobs for this, especially at the bottom. And this one's going to sit about there. There we go. So that's that done. Now I can take in my florals. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop one floral just there, and another one just coming over the tag. I'm going to put those on with glue gel. So a nice blob of glue gel. This one just going slightly under, looking this way. So that's the florals done. And then with our leaves, I've cut the same size, one in black and one in mirror. And I just want to pop those together, some glue, just on the tips. Just pop that one down as well. Pop a nice bit of glue. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to lift my floral up slightly. I'm going to get that leaf right in there. Move my tags out the way. And give that a really nice press down so that stays where I want it. Just double check that I haven't squashed my floral. That's how I want him to dry. See, this is the beauty of using glue gel. Squash it, you can lift it back up, whereas when you're using glue, once you've stuck it down, you've stuck it down. And this one is going to come underneath this way. And I'm just going to go in there and give those a really nice press down, making sure my florals aren't squashed. There we go. And now we can cut these down a little bit more. I think they're just a tiny bit long. So that one's longer than that one. And that one's slightly longer than that one. And then the last thing I want to do is add my birthday wishes across the center. And we're just going to place this there. So that's the front of our card. Now when we lift this up, this is what this is going to look like. But now we need a stopper to go on the front. A really nice circle. Where my fussy cutting skills hopefully come into play. And just turning your cardstock rather than your scissors. Oh, I've gone off a tiny bit. Never mind. There we go. And I'm going to have this one sat just so. But rather than put this one up with glue gel, I'm going to pop this one up with some foam tape. Now I do have black foam tape, which I thought would be ideal for this. And some foam tape all over the back. Give those a nice burnish. I'm going to remove all those back ends. Decide where I'd like this to go. Just getting that how I want this. And I think I would like this to go roughly there, so that when the card stood up, it sits in that little slot. So there we go. Twisted easel card. Oh, the last thing I want to do to this is pop some glue in the center of my florals. Some diamond sparkle glitter. So just pop in some glitter in the center of the florals. That'll fall. Pop that straight back in the jar. But how pretty is that? And that's basically black and cream, and with a bit of mirror card. And obviously when this stands up, that's the effect that we get. I really enjoyed making this card. As I say, I don't normally make my cards with pattern papers, but yeah, there we go. So I hope you've learned something. Hope you've enjoyed my little video. Thank you for watching. And until the next time. If I pop that down and turn it around, you'll be able to see it. Bye for now.